Grand rising, or I should say good afternoon, good evening, and good day, wherever you are on the planet. We appreciate you joining us here on the Higher Learning Network. And I have the honor and the privilege to have who is known as the digital doctor. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Welcome to the podium, the digital doctor, brother Rafiki Kai. And he is bringing it to us raw and live. Thank you, Dr. D.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again. It's a pleasure. We haven't done this in a long while, and I always have so much fun when I'm in this broadcast space with you. So I'm looking forward to it.
Alrighty now. And I see that Facebook broadcast was deleted. So that's not good. I don't know what's going on here. And this is not a good thing. So let me scroll down here and edit and see what's going on. Because I'm not like you, digital doctor. I'm digitally challenged. So that's why I have people like you.
You've been navigating this broadcast space for a long time to not so-called be digitally, literate. Because you doing things I don't even know anything about. I had not even heard of StreamYard. Didn't even know it existed.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, I had pivoted away from the stream space like a long time ago, right? So I have not as a matter of fact, my partner and I, we've done projects for decades. We joke that what we used to get paid good money to do for Reverend Jackson, the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. Man, we're like any 8-year-old with Facebook doing that. So yeah, we get a kick out of that, man. Technology moves on and it makes changes.
Yes, it does. And if you don't keep up, you will be left out. That's what the youth are teaching me at the Higher Learning Network, where I think I'm far behind, and they always tell me, "You're not as bad as you think you are, Miss Zelda. You okay?" And my niece is always telling me, "Auntie, why do you always write?" See, I got pen and paper right here. Why you always write things down? I said, "Baby, because when I was coming up, there was no computer. So writing became my friend, and writing is my first love. So I have to honor my first love, because things that I can't keep up here, they're always on paper. But we have to evolve with the times, and
or do both, because even if you're gonna write it, then at least scan it, right? Because here's the thing about writing. Writing does have a therapeutic value to it, and it has its place, but you can't search it. So if you have pages and pages of writing and you're looking for one thing, search bar can't help you.
You're going to be looking for a while. I want to see your title here. Nope, I'm looking for the digital doc. There it is, right there. I wanted to see that. I wanted people to be able to see that. See, I told you I had a little technical things going on here.
Get it together. You got it up there, right? And in seconds too. I'm with your nieces. You're not as bad as you think you are. I think it's over projection.
Yeah, I think so too. I remember my first computer. I had it for a good 6 months before I even turned it on.
Oh wow!
6 months. That afraid to move forward. Can you believe that?
Wow.
And I had a girlfriend who was a word processor. She was a genius when it came to typing. And she said, "Girl, go in your office, sit down, turn on the computer, and I'll walk you through it step by step by step." And that's what she did. And now I can man 2, 3 computers at one time.
See, there you go. So now how you going to say you're not literate and you're managing 2 and 3 at one time? See, you just told on yourself.
I think that comes from my background in radio, where my first day at WJPC, I know people who are listening to this don't remember that, but at WJPC, I was thrown into the studio one day when somebody didn't show up, and they said, "Go in and do her show." And I was like, okay. You can't say no because you want the job. So I did. So that's where my my layers and layers of work come from. But the work that you're doing now is even more crucial for people like myself and those who have cell phones, because we all have one and we're all paying a bill and we're all giving away our information for free. As Iyanla Vanzant would say, until today. Until today. Because when you know better, you can do better.
That's true.
And for those who are watching, look at that information that is scrawling across the bottom of your screen. The data that you help create from your cell phone that you pay a monthly bill to every month has value. Did you know that? Money value.
Money value.
Mhm. And now you have the opportunity to participate in that value. How did this opportunity come about for you, Rafiki? Can you tell us, Digital Doctor?
Sure. So let me give the listening audience a bit of a background context. First of all, and we all do, if you're using a free app, you are the product. Because if the app is free, where does the revenue come from? Right? Where does Facebook create its market share? Where does Instagram and Snapchat, how do they make money?
Right.
Off of us, the product.
Right.
And that's okay, right? It's okay as long as it's a fair exchange. So let's move a step further. More specifically speaking, the data that is harnessed from our usage of these apps have value. So we play on the front end, they're playing on the back end, but there's money on the back end.
Right? They taking the money off the back end.
There's just fun and connections on the front end, but on the back end, right, there's money. To the tune of at least, well, and when you see something is not fair, then you have to stand up. No justice, no peace.
right now.
So, to the tune of at least $25 billion minimum. $25 billion minimum.
Whoa.
Is assigned to the value that we help to create every day by usage of apps. So there's a young entrepreneurial brother in the greater Chicago area by the name of Walter Harrison, right? And I have big props for him because Walter, as a young entrepreneur, right, positioned himself as a mobile data broker. This young brother was like in the flow because traditionally that space is rarefied space. It's the sandbox of big tech, right? Because they produce the apps, they got the data, right? Who has the data plays the game. But Walter was able to position himself into that marketplace. He would buy tranches of data from one place, aggregate, clean up, and sell to a buyer. So he was actually a data broker and is a data broker.
Oh.
But then at some point he said, consumers create all of this like digital oil that the rest of us are trading, but consumers are not benefiting. So it was at this point that he had a vision. I'm going to create a company, right? I want to play bigger in this space. Right, I want to have my own flow of data and not have to buy data from someone else. And to incentivize that happening, I'm willing to share 50% of my revenue back to consumers. Ooh. I am willing to pay consumers for having my app on their phone. So that is the overview of his vision. 34 years old, father of two. Right? Yeah. And he's doing the Reginald Lewis thing. He's doing the Reginald Lewis thing in mobile data. And so when I see young sisters and brothers like that reaching for the ring, right, I begin to rally my network because I believe they deserve our support. Right? They definitely, if they have that kind of verve and vision and values, they deserve the support of the village.
Amen.
Right? And so that's how I began to take a look at it, because I could see multiple possibilities. Certainly, and I'll get into the details of how the numbers look like in terms of what Walter is willing to pay for the app. But it's very important for me, given my background in technology, is always rooted in community technology. For me, my mantra is technology without values is power run amok.
Oh,
technology without values is power run amok. Right. So I'm not afraid to bounce from Silicon Valley to Wall Street. Right. But I got to like speak multiple languages. Right. You know, I can represent, like, make money, but I have to represent, serve the people as well. And I don't think that they're dialectically opposed. Right. I believe that we can do both. And so I immediately reached out to Walter and said, look, your vision is on point, is grand, but the data stream that you collect, right? Certainly it's a marketplace, you know, execution. Certainly you're looking for people to pay you so that you have money to pay the consumers, but it's also an opportunity to begin a conversation about data science for neighborhoods, data science for communities, right? Because if this data is so valuable to businesses and financial investors and planners, right, then how can neighborhoods and communities and cities begin to see value in that data for what insights it offers them? Even if it's just to the point that we can begin to expose our young girls and boys to the fields of data science, machine learning, business intelligence, analytics, right? If you're a data scientist, you're rocking $120,000, right? Like, I have a young man that I have been coaching for less than a year. He has gone from making $50,000, right, to having $170,000, $180,000 offers put on the table to him. Okay, right?
Wow.
So our young people need to know these spaces exist.
Okay.
Right. And what better learning canvas than to have data that is pertinent to your neighborhood, your community,
yes,
and your city, right?
Because everybody comes to our community and set up a base. Everybody but us. Can you please?
Our responsibility. If it's our community, it's our responsibility.
Amen.
Right. So that's.
Please give me that quote again. I want to put that in there. Technology without
values
is
power run amok. And we see it all over the place every single day.
Wow.
Technology without values is power run amok.
I like that.
Yeah. I've been preaching that one for decades. Same mantra, same truth. So, do you have any specific questions, or I can just jump in?
I got lots of questions.
Okay. Well, let's go with your questions.
Well, first of all, you just said it yourself when you said I've been doing this for umpteen years. I know who you are because I knew you back in the 80s, 90s when I was at Gospel Radio 1390 WGCI. But everybody does not know. Everybody don't listen to GCI. And the value that you brought to the radio station, and myself and Effie and a few others there, it just opened up. It's like light bulbs were just popping off all over the place. And I'm like, who is this man? So I know who you are. I know what you're capable of. I know what some of the work that you've done, but our viewing and listening audience needs to know a little bit of your history. So what gives you the power to do? Yes.
Yes. Okay, so that's a great word, power, right? So I'm going to try to stay streamlined. So before I jump into my personal history, you said, who is this man? Yes. And I would like to highlight to the listeners, what is this gift? I always want to point to the gift, right? because the power that I have flows from a gift, and the gift was given to me. The gift was nurtured by a village and a community that believed in me. So I don't ever want to get up on a pedestal and beat my solo individual chest, right?
Okay.
Like, look at me. No, the divine, the most high, the ancient of days, the beneficent, the merciful, right? That light, that's the source, and that's the power. Right. So I always want to set that frame first before I start talking of, in the first person of I.
Okay.
Because the we precedes the I.
Amen.
Definitely want to make that clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, in synopsis, I started being a contributor for Black Enterprise magazine, right? At the very birth of the public internet. Right. Oh. I had gone to school with a number of people who, after our leaving Rutgers University, they went straight to Black Enterprise. As a matter of fact, Alfred Edmond is still senior editor and in the top management of Black Enterprise to this very day. Right. But I also had fraternity brothers and others that had went to Black Enterprise. And these cats would be calling me from Black Enterprise, like asking me, like, what about this and what about that? And I'm like, man, y'all are like National Magazine. What is going on down there?
Okay.
So I began to basically contribute articles to Black Enterprise.
Oh,
I was fortunate enough at the time to be living in Washington, D.C., right? Okay. And I had a mentor that I was just speaking with the other day. I refer to him as the digital surgeon because this brother mentored me. So what the listeners may not know is that the public internet we all enjoy today and refer to as the World Wide Web was born out of a system called ARPANET, which was developed by DARPA, right? Division of the government had a network that connected research corporations, research universities, and contractors to the government. That was ARPANET, right? Okay. My mentor, who has like security clearances in DC, and who has worked on any number of federal government networks, right? He knew DARPANET because he had worked on it, right? Okay. So he was a perfect mentor to basically school me when it came public, right? So that kind of put me at the front of the class. So that was the Black Enterprise days. And then from there, I got a call. I had moved to St. Helena Island, South Carolina, and I was like pushing my articles to Black Enterprise from the waterfront in St. Helena Island, South Carolina, right? And I get this call from DC, and it's the Office of Rainbow Push, right? And my dear friend to this very day, Maurice Carney and Dr. Dennis Rogers, they were on the phone and they was like, man, we got this problem. We need you, right? I ended up leaving on St. Helena Island, South Carolina, moving to DC for some of the most fast-paced, hectic years of my life because Maurice and I ended up co-founding the Digital Freedom Institute, a 501c3, and Digital Freedom Enterprise. So through Digital Freedom Enterprise, we did our consulting, and that's how we paid our bills. Okay. Digital Freedom Institute, the 501c3, we traveled across the country opening up internet training centers because it was all new and nobody knew A from Z. Least of all the people on Capitol Hill, right? So we were fortunate enough, Rainbow Push and the Citizens Education Fund, Citizenship Education Fund, Reverend Jesse Jackson was our first ally partner and client, right? And we used to crack up, man, because like Rev understands media power, right?
Yes.
And so, of course, in the beginning, he didn't get any of it, right? But we just kept tutoring him, kept schooling him. And then he would be out in public and he'd be speaking and he'd say, and if you don't have a WWW, you better get one. And we would be in the back just rolling like, he's coming, right? And man, once he got it, he became a beast. So we were handling Rainbow Push. We were handling the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation because Maurice had been mentored by the executive director of the CBCF at that time. And we had Tavis Smiley at the same time. So we had those three, like, you know, man, our cell phones were like sold to our ear.
Wow.
My home was a place my clothes just hung because I basically lived in airports with a phone sold to my ear.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy days. So that's the background and foundation upon which all of this rests. The only piece I would add to that, probably since you and I have talked last, I had never did this technology thing in academia, right? And I found out that the University of San Francisco, the computer science department there, were teaching courses on some technology that the world did not even knew existed. They were already teaching courses on it because they had a partnership with Google, right? Oh. So I called up the chairman of the computer science department and pitched him like, dude, I got to be in. Like, you know, this is my background. I'm all about community empowerment. Boom, boom, boom. He went to his dean, right? And they was like, come on, right? So I went out to San Francisco, right? Was attached to the computer science department there at the University of San Francisco under the mentorship of Dr. David Wober, who became a very good friend. And I'm an alumni of Upward Bound, right? So in Chicago, I attended Loyola University Upward Bound, right? At the University of San Francisco, they had 2 math and science Upward Bound programs. Oh. And when they found out that I was on campus and I was in the computer science department, they sent me a message. You know who you are.
Ooh, get yourself on down here.
Get yourself on down here, basically. So I became a liaison because they were in the School of Education. I became a liaison between the computer science department and the School of Education, which worked out excellently for the Upward Bound students because the computer science department had $1 million computer lab. Ooh. This thing was like that, right? And if you were anywhere on campus, don't even come asking. Like, you know, like if you're in the business school, if you're in the nursing school, don't try it. Don't even try it. Don't even try it. Like, this is for computer science, right? Okay. And was I not able to facilitate the Upward Bound students taking, we called it the mothership, the Upward Bound students taking classes in the mothership, in the computer science building, right? And the directors of the program, they were not right because they would go to these like university-wide meetings where there were like roundtable department heads, and they would just drop like, you know, yeah, so our students were in the mothership, and people around the table would just like the students were where? Like, you know, the students were doing what?
Y'all was hanging out with George Clinton. Look, talk to me here.
So yeah, that's a bit of the snapshot of the road that has brought me to where I am today. Just, you know, as Malcolm would say, or as Malcolm did say, El Hajj Malik El Shabazz, my sincerity is my credentials.
Okay, yes, I love that.
He did say that. I love it too. And I think he was at Harvard when he said that, right? He was speaking to the students at Harvard, and he said, my sincerity is my credentials. So my gift is my power, but my sincerity for like serving the community and staying true to the village that raised me up. That's my primary credentials.
Wow.
It's all right to have these experiential credentials, right? I've rolled with Rev, I've rolled with the congressional, and blah, blah, blah. But my sincerity, that technology must empower all of us, particularly the least of these.
Yes.
Right. And I do want to come back on. I know we have a specific focus on this broadcast, but I do want to come back on and blow you and your listeners' minds. Because when I was in the computer science department, Dr. Wober said to me, Rafiki, we are approaching a day when code will write code.
Oh, wow.
When code will write code, right? And I tucked it away because it seemed quite plausible to me with what I knew and what I was seeing. Well, we are at that day. There is live technology today to which you can speak to in what's called natural language commands. The way I'm talking to you, you can talk to Codex and Codex will code for you. So if you were to say Codex or type, place a spaceship on the screen in the center of the page, crop it circularly, and make it go from left to right. Codex would write all the code to make that happen, and then that thing would start happening that you told it to do. Right? Yes, that exists today. Today, right? Next time I'm on and we do a segment, I will give your listeners a link where they can go and see the demo. It's called OpenAI Codex, Codex, OpenAI Codex. So we can do a segment all about AI, artificial intelligence, and blah, blah, blah. But today we're talking about data having value and consumers being able to get paid for their data.
Okay, now I'm trying to see if I spelled this right. And I want to see, where is it? I just typed it. What did I do with it? Open AI. Is that all one word?
Yes, Open AI. And then the second word is Codex, Codex. Open AI Codex. Parents, if you have young people who are leaning towards STEM, interested in STEM, you want to encourage them in STEM, go on YouTube, find the demo for OpenAI Codex, right? Let them understand that they will do technology different than the digital doctor.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. We can talk about the early days of HTML and building web pages and the manual. Oh my goodness.
I am so glad we're having this conversation. The thought just occurred to me. I'm applying for grants for the Higher Learning Network to teach. We teach youth behind the scenes radio, television, and print production.
Okay.
This is going way beyond that. With what you just told me, we got to talk off screen so we can develop a program where you can come and teach. Well, not come, but everything's online where you can teach what you know, because this is phenomenal.
Yeah. And we need to really, really have our young people up on it now, right? Up on it now, because AI is exponential. It's not linear. Right. So it grows and develops at a speed that is almost foreign for us to comprehend. Right. So our young people don't have 10 years to get up on this. They have 10 months. Right. Because in 10 months, like, people are already in the stadium. Right. There's only going to be room in the parking lot. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we have to keep our because if our young people are exposed and encouraged and comfortable, right, in the space, right, then they can be vanguards and advocates for the community. They can be assets to the community. They can be
Oh,
better positioned representatives and diplomats for the
wow.
community.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah, like every technologist. And when I first got the video, I sat and I contacted 20 technologists in my network individually. I did not send out a group text because it was that like, and every last one that I shared the video with, their wigs were flipped.
Come back here.
They were like,
Wow.
what on earth? Because I mean, it changes the game. It changes the
Wow.
game. So now I'm looking at Maurice and I, my same Maurice from Digital Freedom Institute. We work together with an NGO, Friends of the Congo.
Oh,
And so now I can go to Friends of the Congo, right, and begin to expose young people in the Congo, right, to these higher tiers of like digital creation, because they have like basically an AI coder, right?
oh,
They can speak to Codex and Codex will do this. So I don't have to like, be concerned about them learning particularly the 12 programming languages that Codex already knows.
oh, okay.
Right. So it's next level. It's next level.
Friends of the Congo. Okay. Wow. This is my head's spinning right about now. Good Lord, have mercy. We have a video that you sent me, and I would like our viewing audience to see that.
Okay.
And now, what I am going to do, I was trying to pull up Maurice while you were talking, but I think it's more important to. I did pull up the Digital Freedom Institute, though. And I do want our viewers to see that. But right now,
Or
let's.
Friends of the Congo, because we kind of retired Digital Freedom Institute, but we're definitely doing Friends of the Congo
Oh,
actively.
okay, okay. Alrighty, so right now let's go to it's a 2 minute and 51 second video that I would like our viewing audience to see. And there we go. And we will play it, and here we go.
Your data is being sold in by companies you're not even aware of, and for considerable amounts. How much do you earn out of it? Not a cent. Presenting Tapestry, made around the belief that it's your data and you should get paid for it. Now, earn money while living your life as normal without having to move an inch. Just download the app, sign up, and let Tapestry do the earning for you. You don't even have to open the app if you don't feel like it, and still earn money as the app runs in the background. But if you do, you'll be part of a world full of Tapestry users, interacting via cool and exciting avatars while making money. Enjoy daily activities and earn cash in the process. An app that makes earning easy and fun while keeping you anonymous to ensure privacy? Well, yes, that's Tapestry. Download today and start earning.
Alrighty.
With Tapestry. Anyone who truly wants to increase the revenue that they can earn with Tapestry has the ability to become an active affiliate in our affiliate program. Simply by paying a monthly admin fee, which allows them access to a full reporting suite, back office, marketing, promotional materials, also earn on anybody you personally refer and anybody they tell about Tapestry as well. So 2 tiers. There are no limits on how many people you can share this app with, and no limits on how many people they can share the app with. If you want to build a team, we also have the Team Builders bonus, which once you personally help 10 people become active affiliates, you're a super affiliate, and you also earn a 50% check match bonus on all of your tier 1 and tier 2 active affiliates, every single one of them, what they earn in affiliate commissions that month. You will earn a 50% matching bonus in addition to your own affiliate commissions. Anybody who comes to Tapestry finds it in the App Store. They've installed the app without a referral link. Will go into that pool, and all those super affiliates will be divvied out those Tapestry customers every single month.
Wow, is that awesome or what?
That's amazing how much information can be put in under 3 minutes. I hadn't watched that in a while. I had forgot all of that was in the video. Like, amazing.
I didn't forget when I saw it. I was like, ooh, everybody else needs to see this too. We can't keep this a secret because the village needs to know, because everybody's riding off the village back. Everybody's on our backs. And it's time we stood up straight and
participated in our own creation.
Yes.
So there's a couple of things I'd like to jump in and say, and then certainly I want to yield the mic back to you so that you can guide by questions.
Okay.
Right. I want to make it clear to the listeners that you do not have to become an affiliate. You do not necessarily have to recruit people. You can just download the app yourself, right? Use it and you can earn. And then if you decide to share it with friends directly, you still can earn without becoming an affiliate, right? Because sometimes as soon as people see the word affiliate, right, they just start getting the jitters and shaking and start talking about multi-level marketing and like, right. But this is referral marketing. Right now, today, if Sister Zelda did not have Cash App and I turned her on to Cash App would pay me $30. That's referral marketing.
Okay.
Right. And so we have to really not let our fears or our past, negative experiences or perceptions kind of put scales over our eyes. Right. So Tapestry is a new paradigm, is like groundbreaking. Consumers being able to share in the value that they create through their data, right? That's an opportunity. But I just don't want anybody to just shut down because they saw 1 level, 2 level, and affiliate. And that is there are only 2 levels that you can earn on. There's no like all the way down to infinity and binaries and like no, just 1 or 2. Right. So we can get into the details of that, but I just wanted to keep people engaged. Okay. Right. You can get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
Right. They're like different levels that you can find your own comfort zone and do your thing. So, yes. So let's be guided by questions, if you will.
Okay. I'm so glad you said that, because after I signed on, and I saw that, and I was like, oh, Lord, please don't tell me I've joined another multi-level marketing anything. I'm just not in the mood to be promoting anything other than the Higher Learning Network. But when I saw the video and then it confirmed what you just said, you do not have to refer. You can just go ahead and give the money away. You don't have to be a part of this. If your mission is to just share it, then just go ahead and share. But I would like to share and make money for the organization. So, but that's just me. So I'm very glad you brought that up, because I was like, oh my God, another one. Not another one, because somebody's always trying to enroll me in something. Right,
for sure. Trust me, I know. Yes. I'm forever pursued and forever recruited. But I want the listeners to definitely zone in on what you said. Listeners, if you have been a follower and a listener of the Higher Learning Network, if you have been blessed by the work and the gift, the talents, and the efforts of Sister Zelda, listen to what she is saying. She wants to leverage this stream that Tapestry is opening up as a fundraiser for the Higher Level Network.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
Now, that's what she said, but I'm going to take responsibility and add another layer onto it. I sign off on it. She doesn't. I'm saying it, right? So you can come to me, right?
Okay.
A labor is worthy of their hire. If this sister is serving the community, and I know that she has been for decades, right? It is not unethical. It is not immoral for her to be compensated for her work. We are more than happy to run out and compensate Beyonce, Rihanna, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Chance the Rapper, which they're all great. They're all great, right? But with that same fervor, we have to be open to compensating our griots and the people who are holding space in our community, particularly when it's not coming out of our pocket. And that's the beauty about Tapestry.
Yes.
With Tapestry, as a consumer, you're going to get your share. And then Higher Learning Network is going to get their share, right? And then Sister Zelda is going to get her share, right? And it's just coming out of the other value that we create, which is data, right? We get locked in to think that the only value that moves things, the only currency is the one with dead presidents printed on it, right? No, brothers and sisters, there are other values that are like gold and oil as well, right? And we have to learn to create economies out of those, right? So in appreciation for the vision of Higher Learning Network and for the long-standing work of Sister Zelda, all you have to do is load an app on your phone, let it run. You'll be compensated. Higher Learning Network will have an effective way of fundraising, right? You nonprofit leaders, or you people who have a vision, right, of starting a nonprofit or doing charitable work. You can do cookies, candies, and or you can also, right? It's not the tyranny of or, it's the genius of and. If you're going to do all those other things, you also can have residual fundraising revenue coming to your project, your work, and your vision by leveraging your network to do what they're doing already. We already have 20 to 50 apps on our phone. It's not like we don't put apps on our phone.
Right.
And not one of them is paying us on a monthly basis. Not a one. So I get off the soapbox. I just wanted to
please stay on the soapbox, because that's important, because I'm looking at my phone and I'm looking up all these apps on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 30 on one page, 30 on another, 30 on another, 30 on another. That's like 150 apps. And none of them are paying me a dime. They are making money. When I saw that, I started deleting apps. I was like, okay, so you on my phone and I'm paying you something that don't register up here.
It has, well, but you know what? And it is something about being a pioneer and a visionary, right? From this point forward, right? I believe that the conversation is going to become more public. It's already public in California, right? Where there is like legislation where, app developers have to ask certain permissions. And Andrew Yang, the former candidate for president, he's advocating full stop across the board that consumers be able to like participate in the revenue, right? He's advocating, but that's a vision. So the conversation is bubbling, right? But this will be one of the first demonstrations of models, right? This is the first like visionaries to step out and say, this is one way that it can be done. So yeah, this is an important, I'll say, like venture, in that it can break ground and make it possible for further development in the space. Right.
I'm so glad you mentioned him, because people saw him, especially from my generation, saw him as a young millennial who had great ideas that the rest of the world was just not ready for.
That sounds like Dr. King.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Sounds like the Black Panthers.
oh,
Like,
yeah.
you know.
And when the world is not ready for it, they will just sit back and judge, not do the work, the homework, the research to see if what the information that they're being given is legit, possible, futuristic. It's just like, nah, I'm gonna chill on this one.
Right.
And while you chilling, they still making money off of you, and you wonder why the world is the way it is today. Also, something you said that was very important. You used the word trust. I am not a very trusting person until I trust you until you show me something different. Because I have been approached, as many people have, with ideas and opportunities that they sound good up front. But the bottom line is everybody's making money but you, the person that's coming into the fold. And with this project, it appears to me, correct me if I'm wrong, that this is for the entire village.
Anyone with a cell phone 16 years old and older. That's a lot of people.
That's
like leaders of projects, leaders of nonprofits. Take note. Yes. 16 years and older. If you have high school youth in your congregation, college students in your congregation, this could be their fundraising assignment. This could be how they like really help contribute, because they're digital natives, right? Like loading the app and passing it and telling people, like, you know, like that's play to them. That ain't even nothing, right? Yeah. And so it's an opportunity for all generations. Like you have like however many, 150 on your phone, right? So your generation, your and my generation, all the way down to 16. It's for the entire village. And get this is going to blow your mind. Right now, this app is going to be available only in the United States, right? So for my diasporan people who may be listening to this video, couple of things. Tapestry will be global, no doubt. Tapestry will go global by the first of the year, probably to all the English-speaking countries. But for my diasporan people, listen to me. There are already people from around the world who are joining in on this opportunity to market it in America to other Americans, some of whom they may know, some of who they will meet virtually, to make money off of this opportunity, though they're sitting halfway across the world. Wow. So if you're going to let people like halfway across the world, right, tap into an opportunity that is sitting in your in your lap, in your yard, then take note. So if you have family, friends, extended families, Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, Guinea-Bissau, right, you know, like Latin America, they can't do it in their country yet, but they can do it virtually in this country and make USD, right? So let's share the information that we have so that the entire village, not just those of us that are blessed enough to be in these, you know, these 48 contiguous states and territories, but the entire village
I'm so glad
might be lifted up and empowered.
I am so glad you said that, because I had to take a cab over to see my chiropractor this morning, and I was in the cab talking to a Nigerian. And I always talk to them because I got lots of Nigerian friends. So yeah, they'll be extended. And it's funny how they hop on to technology quicker than
they're no joke. They're no joke. Nigeria is one of the top crypto circulating countries in the world, period. Not African countries. Nigeria, Kenya, right?
Especially Kenya. this right here, I just got to share it with you. Acoin. I know who you know. What's the rapper's name? Akon.
Akon, right?
He had Acoin cryptocurrency in Kenya. It started in 2020, and it launched 2021. Right, it just launched today. They are using medical facilities, building hospitals, all using cryptocurrency.
Wow.
So they are so ahead of us here. And you have not lived until you have left the United States. I hate to say it, but it's true.
Get a passport, people. Do not be sitting up. I have Maurice has a 2-year-old daughter, Tutu, right? Tutu is international at 2. Right? So Tutu is in school now, right now in Mexico, in an all Spanish class. Her father, because Maurice is from Canada, speaks French, right? So Tutu at 2 is navigating 3 languages, getting the foundation of 3 languages, and has used her passport to come and go from Mexico at 2. That's how we do it. I don't know how nobody else is doing it. That's how we do it.
Oh my God. That's mind-boggling. Tutu at 2.
Tutu at 2.
Oh my goodness. I gotta write that one down. Tutu at 2. I'm gonna use that somewhere. I don't know how and when, but I'm gonna use Tutu at 2. I guess maybe talking about this project here. Wow, that is phenomenal. I just never heard of anything like that. I mean, they are raised on this that I'm still trying to master, and it's all they know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really a blessing because they can teach me.
True that, and a child shall lead them. A child shall lead them.
A child shall lead. That biblical verse has never been wrong. It has always lived up to its promise, and it is still working this day, and it'll be working long after we're gone. So I want to thank you for the opportunity for allowing the How You're Learning Network to be a leader in this space, because once it dawns on them that they've been giving away everything that they own for free, and that they have an opportunity to cash in on it, so to speak, I think some heads will turn, some things will change. I really do.
Okay, so then let's definitely ground, because we've spoken in generalities, but I definitely want to make sure that we deliver to the viewers some very specifics, right?
Mm-hmm.
And especially how they can also support Higher Learning Network, right? Mm-hmm. So specifically speaking, Tapestry is an anonymous location app. It is not about your identity. It does not need to know your gender, your weight, your race, your name. That's not the business model. The business model of the app is to track consumer location in commercial and business districts. Were you in Burger King? Were you there for more than 5 minutes? When you left Burger King, did you go to Home Depot? When you left the Home Depot, did you go to Bed Bath & Beyond, right? Not you individually specific, but you as a consumer unit, right? Because consumer trends, consumer traffic, right, drives analysis. Is this area viable? Are consumers leaning to this area versus this area? Should we invest in a franchise and place it here because there's traffic? So this is the power of data, because in data, that's why they call it data science. You mine data for insights on trends and patterns, right? And you do not need people's identities. You need the traffic, the input, the fingerprint, right? There were this many people in McDonald's, but we noticed that on Tuesday, the traffic is this way. On Fridays, it's another way. Like, how do you get all that kind of specific insight from data, right? So the power of Tapestry is anonymous location data. The app is not a social app. It's not a streaming app. You're not going to call your mama on it. The purpose of the app is to aggregate anonymous mobile location data. Should you run the app, should you install the app and allow it to run on your phone for 30 days, right?
Oh.
You can earn from $4 to $25, depending on your level of mobility. Uber drivers, gig workers, Lyft drivers are probably going to consistently be toward that $25 mark because they're mobile. They're always moving. They move around. So $4 to $25 just for running the app, right? Then as a consumer, just as a user, every person that you turn onto the app, as long as they run the app, $1 a month for them. So young people, if you need $100 a month, right, load the app and share it. So you can have, young people, the money for your bus card coming in just by being a little bit more savvy with the phone that you already always use. So I just wanted to make that clear. Hopefully, Sister Zelda will tag on to the end of this video and maybe even hit you all up with a link, right? Where you, if you decide you have an entrepreneurial spirit and you want to be an affiliate, because you don't want to just get paid on the people that you directly share the app to, you want to get paid on the people that they share the app with as well, right? To get that second level, you have to become an affiliate, right? If you become an affiliate, then you revenue share on that second level and you benefit Higher Learning Network. So Sister Zelda, either by email or as an outro to this video or both, will provide you with a link, right? So that you can sign up, be involved, earn yourself, and support Higher Learning Network. I personally, this is not on the shoulders of Sister Zelda. I'm making this call, right? So if you have a problem with it, bring it to me. Do not be emailing her saying blah, blah, blah. Rafiki Kai, right? CAI at 1kw.org, right? You can bring it right to me, right?
Yes, sir. CAI.
I want... We are recording this on Friday afternoon. I really, really would like 10 viewers of this video before midnight on Sunday. I would like for you to step forward. I'm a former minister. I spent 6 years in the ministry, 4th generation. My great grandfather was a minister, right? So I know how to do the end of the service call. I want 10 members, right? If you do it before midnight on Sunday for one single $9.95, a single $9.95, you can be an affiliate in Tapestry for an entire year for one single $9.95. You get the opportunity to have a business from your phone and support Higher Learning Network. But we need at least 10 to do that before midnight, Sunday, September 5th. 20, be even all the better. But this sister has served this community for decades. She has had this vision of Higher Learning Network for quite a while, and we need to help her lift it higher. So she will provide you with the link. Take action, be involved. It's $9.95, and just your energy and your verve to participate in this new revenue stream of consumer revenue share on consumer data.
Now, I have 2 links. Is that the one that I'm supposed
That's the one. 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 You see that word in there, join?
Yes, I figured that's the one.
Like
So,
call in the services for
Yes.
people to join.
Yes.
Right. That's the one. Join. So that link right there on the screen, we need 10 to 20 people. And if you're watching this video, right? Share it with someone else, right? There's value in this video for a number of things that we have spoken about. Some of you are network marketing or affiliate marketing pros or alumni, right?
Mm-hmm.
Step forth and serve the community, serve yourself, and give a lift to Higher Learning Network. Because if your eyes are on this screen, you obviously have a connection to Higher Learning Network. You obviously are in the family. I know that in the Facebook group, there's over 300 people that have like joined that Facebook group. Can we get 10% of the Facebook group to take action, simple action, to invest in $9.95, and we work this thing for the good of the village?
And that's just under the HLN TV show, under Zelda Speaks and under Zelda Robinson. There's over 5,000. We have to keep making pages because we can't accept any.
Let's hit them all then. Yeah. Let's hit them all. Like Pronto, Tonto, Ronto, right?
And tutu.
People step, like do what we do, right? Because it'll take you 10 to 20 minutes to hit this link, sign up, and be a part. Because once you step forward and you lean in and you become a part of this, right? You see the energy and the verve in which I have done this interview. That's how I do anything. I used to say to my students at the university all the time, how you do anything is how you do everything.
Okay, now.
How you do anything is how you do everything. So with the same enthusiasm and energy that I have done this interview, I will be there to help you succeed in this experience should you step forth and decide to be an affiliate to help Higher Learning Network.
Wonderful. And if they have any questions, they can email you CAI@1KW.org.
9 characters.
Yes, sir.
You can almost memorize that, right? 9 characters is all you got to type to get an email to me.
And that is the digital doctor.
But do not be emailing me trying to circumvent Sister Zelda. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I just let you know right now, if the thought is in your head, if you email me on some stuff that you should be trying to, I'm going to send it right to her and expose you. So if you've already joined and you're an affiliate or whatever have you, then you're in the family, and I'm more than happy to transparently, because I'm still going to CC her on anything anyway. But I just want, all of the little, tricksters and shysters to know that there's no space between the two of us. This is not going down, not at all, because there's enough abundance. We don't even have to play those narrow-minded tactics.
No, we don't.
Right? There's enough where all of us can stand in full integrity and honesty, and get it for us, for all of us. There's enough for all of us, for sure.
You hit the nail on the head. And that's the one thing that I remember that the cab driver said this morning. He says, there are opportunities here in America where there are not anywhere else. So you can't get your hustle on here. You can't get it anywhere.
And now you can get your hustle on from a phone.
Sitting at home making money while you doing what you do.
Riding the bus from a phone. And I need to say this. This is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not a magical piece, right? Everything, if you want to harvest out of the ground, you got to work. You got to break up the ground. You got to put the seeds in. You got to de-weed. You got to water. And then you have to harvest before you can enjoy the benefits. Same thing here. The value is created when there are apps on phones that are running for 30 days or more, aggregating anonymous, privacy protected, anonymous location data. That's where the goal is created, and that's the goal that we will revenue share in. If we don't have to create the goal, there's none for to be passed around to us.
Right.
So, and it's there, right? Because we all have phones. We all use. We can create this. We can make this a gold mine for ourselves if we choose to.
Well, I'm so glad that you chose the Higher Learning Network to participate in this endeavor and help the next generation and then all the generations to follow. This generation and generations to follow. Because this is not going to end. This is going to be forever and a day. They will be collecting our data even when we dead and gone.
That is such a great point. And listeners, I want you to understand this, because I like to keep it real, right? Brother Walter Harrison is a visionary, and he's the first runner in the race, right? Right. It's always good to be in the first race because you learn from the beginning, right? So I was a user of Lycos and Alta Vista and AskG's. Some people don't even know that those existed. Those were search engines before Google. Google was not the first search engine. Alta Vista and Lycos came well before Google.
I remember
just like MySpace came before Facebook.
Yes.
Right? So we're gonna run with this brother and give him our fervent and earnest support. Right, but be in on this, because this might be the Lycos and the Alta Vista. We're trusting that it's the Google, but if it's the Lycos and the Alta Vista, when the Google comes, you already primed in school because you learned the experience from the Lycos and the Alta Vista. Yeah. So let's try to make this the Google. But if it's the the Lycos or the Alta Vista or the MySpace, we just pivot on, right? And we because the journey, right? If the trains have to change, sometimes you transfer trains because the wheels come off or they run out of gas or whatever, but don't give up on the journey, right? This whole thing of consumers participating in the revenue that flows from their data, it's a journey. It's not a train, it's a journey. This is the first train out the depot. There may be other trains, and I'm saying become a veteran of the journey now and begin to learn now so that you're even better positioned as the next levels and phases of this journey unfold.
Amen. Well, thank you for allowing us to be part of the journey. We sincerely appreciate it. And we look forward to having you back on it. Now, I want to see if you can clear your calendar for not this Monday, but Monday after next.
Okay.
To see if you're available, and we'll do.
What's the date on that?
That date is the
13th. No, 13th. Yeah, is that the 13th?
Yeah.
And you're still doing your Monday show on Labor Day holiday? Go ahead now.
If it's the Monday, yes, sir.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad. I'm on Monday. Monday morning. I don't care what. If it's Christmas Day on Monday, then I'm going to be on Monday morning mindfulness.
All right, I love that. I love that dedication. So hopefully, definitely, you will push this video to the entire Higher Learning, Zelda Speaks, all the 5,000, right? Yes, and hopefully, you will either supplement it or follow it up with an email so that they get a double dose. And we're looking for the 10 to 20 people to take a stand with Higher Learning Network and take this journey. You'll learn something. Right, you'll be developed in one way or the other. This is tuition. Being involved in this is a form of tuition. So parents, if you have 16-year-olds or older, get them involved.
Especially if you have them being in your pocket.
Right. Get them involved so that they're experiencing this technology development and they're earning from it and they're seeing what's possible, because they may participate in this and see an angle on it that, makes it better. Yeah. And, they may be either a car on this train or their own train, right? Okay. But they can't envision what they're not really immersed in, right? So we have to expose and immerse so that we can empower.
And if you want to be empowered, please go to the website and sign up. https:// tapestry for those who are listening and can't see. tapestry.io/members/join/now/Zelda Speaks. And you can always email me hlntvshow@gmail.com. But if you I think that'll be just fine. But if they have any specific questions, they can ask you, because I'm new to this, but we're also true to this. So thank you so much, Rafiki Kai, the digital doctor. We appreciate you.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever, baby. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to the next Monday Morning Mindfulness, in which Rafiki's going to call in and promote on Monday morning that he'll be here the following Monday morning. So we'll see you then. All right.
All right.
Make it a great day.
Be
Thank you
well.
for listening. And please share this video. You'll be glad you did. Carmen.
Please share the video for sure, for sure. Join yourself, and then you can share the video and give people your link, because you'll be in the family.
So let
for
me
sure.
put the link back up there. All right. Thank you so much, Rafiki. I'll call you shortly.
All right.
Love, peace, and hair grease. How about that?